Hello, everyone. I'm Mireille Bourgeois, Artistic Director of IOTA Institute, and I'm pleased to welcome you to our 5th Bio Art Kitchen Hangout with Dion Kaszas, a Hungarian, Métis, and Nlaka'pamux cultural tattoo practitioner, painter, teacher, scholar, and artist. This series is co-created by IOTA Institute and the INCUBATOR Art Lab, funded by the Canada Council for the Arts and supported by the University of Windsor. Our team here at IOTA is joining you from Chipuktuk, currently known as Halifax, on the unceded and unsurrendered land of the Mi'kmaq people. Our partners at Incubator Art Lab are joining us from the territory of the Three Fires Confederacy of First Nations, comprised of the Ojibwe, the Odawa, and the Potawatomi, in the city currently known as Windsor. Dion Kaszas and Ecko Aleck are currently joining us from Secwepemc territory. I would like to state a content warning that this stream features the sounds and video of a live tattoo demonstration. We also show a video during this event that mentions suicide and self-harm, and there will be another content warning before that video. If you're watching live, you may notice that closed captions aren't yet available. In the description, you'll find a link to our live transcript, which is much more accurate than auto captions. Dion Kaszas has been an IOTA researcher for the last year, researching links between the creation of Nlaka'pamux Blackwork tattooing and bioart. Considering the politicized Indigenous body in contemporary Indigenous tattooing, body projects in contrast to idealized standards set through advertising and consumer culture. Dion holds an MA in Indigenous Studies from UBC in Okanagan and is a founding member of the Earthline Tattoo Collective. His work has been featured in Spiritual Skin, Magical Tattoos and Scarification, Tattoo Traditions of Native North America, Ancient and Contemporary Expressions of Identity, and the World Atlas of Tattoo. He was also featured in Skindigenous, a 13-part documentary series produced in association with APTN, exploring Indigenous tattoo traditions around the world. We're also very pleased to welcome today Ecko Aleck, who is a tattoo participant. Ecko Aleck was born into the Nlaka'pamux Nation, raised with the Shisha Nation, and currently living on the unceded ancestral lands of the Pentlatch people. She's a global facilitator, multimedia performing artist, working through the disciplines of word, rap, and singing. She's also a multimedia digital artist, working through the mediums of music, sound, and video production. In 2019, she launched her business, Sacred Matriarch Creative, weaving together all of her gifts. Thank you so much to you for sharing your time today. Dion, would you like to introduce Ecko?
Yes, so I'm super excited that you're joining us here in the middle of this tattoo session. We've been tattooing for, 4 hours today already? Mm-hmm. And so I've been working with Ecko over about 30 hours of tattooing to complete this bodysuit. So I'd just like to introduce Ecko and ask Ecko to share whatever you need to share in introduction as we get started.
Awesome, thank you. I'm going to sit up for a sec. Yadakshi and Jawa Ishkash Kawea. My ancestral name is Kawea. My English name is Ecko. I'm from the Nlaka'pamux Nation. I'm the daughter of Shinkiap and Kwalegik, granddaughter of Faith and Nelson Aleck. It's been an honor to be a part of this project, and there has been a whole world of transformation and unfolding since we began, which has been incredible. So I'm grateful to share this space with you all today. Thank you.
Oh, this is where it gets fun. How are you doing? Good? Keep looking over my glasses. I'm gonna need those bifocals.
So this tattoo sitting today is the second sitting for Ecko after 30 hours of tattooing. I'd love to ask you, Dion, to introduce the video that we're about to watch about Ecko's journey with your Blackwork project.
So the video you're about to watch is part of the documentation of this Blackwork project, and each person who's going through this journey of transformation through receiving Nlaka'pamux Blackwork, I asked them in the beginning, you know, what are their expectations and how are they feeling about the project? And so this is a portion of that introductory interview I did with Ecko, and some of the documentation footage that was captured by Billie Jean Gabriel and my sister Christine Wilson. So just wanted to give a shout out to them in terms of the amazing job they did in helping to capture that footage. So just enjoy Ecko and her amazing story and journey so far in life and in receiving this work. I'm so honored to work with Ecko in terms of, you know, how much work she does for our people and specifically very much for our youth, you know, answering that question just as I do about, you know, what will you do for the people to be? And she's a great example of what we should be doing for our youth. So that is the introduction for this video.
Hakshquin and Jawat and Squash Kaweya. My ancestral name is Kaweya. My English name is Ecko. I'm from the Nlaka'pamux Nation, Grizzly Bear Clan. My hometown is Lytton, BC. I am the daughter of Secwepemc and Ecko Aleck. I stand before you as a former suicidal at-risk youth. And my very first introduction to tattooing was actually from my mom. I was self-harming bad enough that she was concerned I wasn't going to make it to my 13th birthday. And she actually brought me to Kamloops and paid for my very first tattoo at the age of 13 as a way to introduce a different form of self-regulation that still involved pain but was a little bit more healthier. I can't even begin to fully express all of the emotions that I'm going through. It's going to come out in the tattooing process. But Dion, to be able to sit with you, who you have researched, you have sat with this knowledge, you have sat with the designs, you have sat with the basket weaving that is now gone in my community. Like, I can't even begin to express how important this is right now. To be a part of this, reviving this ancestral language. And the biggest piece that drew me to this was wanting to be comfortable in my skin. And the idea of being completely wrapped in an ancestral blanket of my language, every piece of that has me feeling held and nurtured for the rest of my life. There is something so beautiful about who we are as we are. exactly as we are, because we are of the earth, the moon, the stars, and we've been taught to hide that. We've been taught to feel ashamed about that. Our young people are watching.
Yeah.
They're watching, and when we step into ourselves and then we step before them, they don't even need to be told what's happening, they can feel it. This is a way of communication without even having to say the words.
Amazing video. Dion, your Blackwork project is a culmination of over 10 years of research into Nlaka'pamux design and ancestral tattoo work. What are the ripple effects of the visual dictionary that has been developing through this project?
Yeah, so it's been pretty exciting to have the board of the Canada Council over these past couple of years to continue the research I've been doing into visiting museum collections and looking into the visual material culture of my ancestors, of our ancestors, the Nlaka'pamux. And I believe and so essentially what I'm doing is photographing baskets and other visual culture and then creating a dictionary filled with designs and symbols from our nation, so that, you know, I think it's important for me to do the work to be able to do this tattooing, but also important for our nation to be able to begin using these designs and symbols and motifs and regalia on other types of artwork, whether that's painting and or you know, what would you say, fashion design, whatever it may be. You know, for us to begin to be aware of our own visual language and those own visual cues. And so that, you know, one day my hope is that people will recognize our Nlaka'pamux and interior Salish designs, patterns, and motifs to the same extent as, you know, the Northwest Coast formline design work or the Northern Woodland style. And so for me, it's, you know, bringing light to our community and the strength and resilience of our ancestors and the brilliance of the basket makers, of the clothing designers from the past, who have left this beautiful visual language for us to understand who we are as we look at the designs and motifs, to understand the importance what was important to our ancestors through what they left in visual cues, but then also to walk into the future interpreting those designs, motifs for our contemporary life. So yeah, that's, you know, I think it's going to have a ripple effect of, you know, not only in my own practice, but I hope for the rest of the community. And I would also say for those artists who are coming up, whether they're tattoo artists, painters, graphic designers, whatever it may be, to use this, to use our visual language. Keone Nunez said something very powerful one time when I listened to his interview, and he said we should really be turned on by our own culture. And when we use design symbols and motifs from other nations' visual vocabulary, we aren't giving enough room and space to our own visual vocabulary. So it's really exciting to be able to do this work and support the art of my nation.
Thanks so much, Dion. I'm wondering if Ecko, would you like to say a few words about that, about your involvement with this project maybe, or I'm not sure if Dion, you have a question for Ecko.
No, I think Ecko probably has some.
I want to add to the ripple effect of not only what Dion is doing to revive the ancestral language, which is so impactful and powerful, right? Like that was what we turned to know what was in our journey ahead of us. So we would be able to read the language of our ancestors and know the journey and the path that we are on, and that we are guided, that we are supported the entire time. And we've been so disconnected that I grew up with a lot of that, like, I don't know that I have what I need around me. And the truth is that we do, always. Yes. The other ripple effect that I'm witnessing and totally diving into is the ethics of care that Dion has in creating a safe space for transformation. From the very, very first email he had sent, it covered absolutely everything that I would normally have anxiety about when I step into a new environment. And so he was able to just gently create this container where I felt absolutely 100% safe to step into and fully unpack. As this is deep work, right? Transformation work is not easy, otherwise everyone would be doing it all the time. It's deep, it's messy, it's ugly at times, and he has created such an incredible container to dive into that and to feel comfortable with that, as I'm learning to feel comfortable in my body with this ancestral language. So that ripple effect will also carry out in the ways that I do my work in the world, and anyone who is interacting with this project is going to carry out into the world. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Back to the work.
Yep.
much smudge. Need to be waiting. Turn back this way. Yep, good.
breathing. Spicy.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ecko. Thank you so much, Dion, for sharing this experience with us. It was a great pleasure to hear about your process. Dion, do you have anything that you want to end with?
Yeah, I would just like to thank Stephen, who's been here in the background with our technical support, and thank Amanda also on your end, Mireille doing tech support. So I just thank both of them. And, you know, I think this is an opportunity for everyone listening to try and think of that, what their answer to that question is. You know, the creator asked me, and that both Ecko and I have tried to move forward in our lives with, is what will you do for the people to be? And so I think, you know, this is an opportunity for each of us to think of what our answer to that question is. So as you move forward and you leave this time and space that we've been spending with you, I think it's important for you to begin to conceive what your answer to the creator's question is, which is, what will you do for the people to be? So I thank you all for joining us. And I'm super thankful for Ecko to be willing to sit and be filmed live while she is being tattooed. So I really appreciate that. And I'm super stoked to have been able to collaborate with the IOTA Institute in our Bio Art residency. So super stoked about all of that. So thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time if there is one. Cheers.